Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 3 of playing Voltaic Tasks until I'm the best aimer of all time. Today, we're back hitting the sheets the only way an aim trainer can fathom through the Voltaic website. I focused on speed and evasive target switching via the same weakness specific playlist made by the Voltaic coaches. You already know Mama didn't raise no bitch, so we went straight to the advanced playlist as always. First, I played the speed switching playlist because that usually requires less precise movements, meaning it would be easier to start off with no warm up. Target switching is an interesting subsect of aim training because it combines flicking and tracking. You need to be able to flick quickly between targets, but then disciplined enough to track the target after you flick your crosshair onto it. This is what's really going to give you that calm aim everyone nuts their pants over. I really tried focusing on taking my time after the initial flick to stabilize my aim and track efficiently. This was really helpful in practicing switching the tension like I was talking about yesterday. A more rigid wrist for the flick and less rigid for fluid tracking. Another thing they teach you about tracking is to aim leading the target. And I don't mean holding your crosshair in front of the target and waiting for the target to move into your crosshair. I mean keeping your crosshair on the edge of the target, opposite of the direction the target is moving. This will make it a lot easier to stay on target as it switches directions, causing a more consistent and smooth track. I also want to talk about target routing. This is a skill used in both clicking and switching tasks. The idea is while you're flicking to or tracking one target, you're using your peripheral vision to decide the next target that would be most efficient to attack next. As you get better at deciphering which target would be the easiest to flick to, you can decide the next 3 and mentally connect to the dots of the route you intend on pursuing. Obviously, as targets pop up and go away, this mental route may change a little, but the idea is to minimize the amount of time you have to think and have a quicker reaction time. So, if you want to farm some multi-frag clips and get some e-pull or e-di with your new calm aim, then I would recommend practicing your target switching. When it comes to the Valorant games I played today, I saw a noticeable difference in my strafe anticipation of my enemies and the stability of my aim. Today's training was super manageable, and I felt like I got a lot out of it, so I'm excited to see what the results of my next benchmark attempt will be. Some more generic aim research I've learned about that I think would be interesting to talk about is the effect of lifestyle on gameplay. Although I wouldn't say it's necessarily surprising, it is interesting how things like sleep, diet, and cardiovascular health can affect how you play. I think this is partially due to an increase in cognitive function and partially due to generally just feeling better. I've seen things all the way from wrist stretches to loosen up and prevent carpal tunnel to slightly more obscure tips like eating blueberries to increase reaction time. I normally just down a Red Bull and call it a day though. As my old IGL used to say, if your aim is lacking, more caffeine will do the trick. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow on our next step to becoming the greatest aimer of all time. I didn't have much else to say in the last 10 seconds of the video, but I did want to talk about how I thought it was funny that this task is almost primarily for killing people using Fortnite gliders.